guys, today we're going to be testing out whether you can find a budget dart setup from TEMU. Now, you know what, this is one thing I've always wondered, because I'm sick. I'm not going to lie, you know, like your K-Flex, your standard darts, £20, £8, all this. And I found a few things on TEMU that cost a lot less and seem, I'd like to say seem because I don't know, I haven't tested, I haven't looked at anything yet, a lot better quality for a lot cheaper. So let's get into it. So first off, we are going to be starting off with a set of darts. Now these darts, as you can see, they were very cheap. And I'm not going to lie to you when I say, I think these remind me a lot of the first set of darts I actually bought. I didn't buy them from TEMU, I bought them from Amazon, and I think they cost me £7. So for me to get them for the price I did, I don't know exactly how much they cost me, but I know that no set of darts cost me over £4 on this video. So we're going to get them out, have a quick look. I'll have a quick throw with them as well and see whether they are good enough for beginners. I mean, I can already see, when you're looking at the steadiness, they are very loose. So when you have a... Oh yeah, so they are... Literally, there's no friction at all to keep that stem into the actual barrel. But the dart as a whole feels alright. Barrel shape, I actually really like the barrel shape. And they're either brass or fully steel. So they are cheaply made. And yeah, they do feel alright. So let's have a quick throw with them and see what they actually feel like. And you know what? The price I paid, I'd actually pay for them. Bang a pair of K-Flex on there, and they'd be alright. If you banged a pair of integrated flights on there, I'm telling you now, they would be top-notch darts. For the price I paid, I'd say if you're a beginner, go for it. They feel very nice. As an honest opinion from me, I'd say, if I was to have to rate the dart out of 10, it's getting a solid 6, 7. If I was to play as a beginner, I'd get them from TEMU, because, as you know, you can spend hundreds of pounds on a set of darts, and it's a great beginner dart. I'd say though, if you were to buy them, I'd get a pair of K-Flex or some integrated flights, because that on its own, that barrel, very easy to play with. Let's move on to the next. What's in this little funky yellow packet here? Got a few things in here. So these are dart sharpeners. I've never actually used one of these, so I mean, definitely feels sharp, and it's definitely taking the paint off the dart. So I don't actually know how to sharpen a dart. I'm just guessing you just mix it around in a circle, I suppose. I mean, as far as dart sharpeners go, I've never used one, never felt the need to use one, but it's put a point on the dart, and it feels like it'd cut you open if you threw it at yourself, so I suppose that's positive. In terms of dart sharp, I don't know how to rate it, so I'm just going to rate it 5 out of 10. It's cheap, it's cheerful, and I probably would buy it if I used them, do you know what I mean? Move on to the next. The next product is, we've got a dart case, and instantly, I'm not going to lie to you, it feels cheap. Oh, it's got that factory smell, that TEMU smell, do you know what I mean? You know what? For what it is and how much it cost, I'm not going to say it's bad. When I say, is it going to protect me darts? It's sturdy. You know what I mean? I'm pressing on that there. It's got no bend in it. So I'd say it would keep your darts, absolutely. But I'm saying, if you could smell this, it's got a little pocket for your flights and your stems, your spare ones, and then obviously it's got the slots for the 3 darts. It was just a single set holder, and it comes with this little keyring lanyard thing, so you can keep it on your wrist, I suppose, when you're walking. But yeah, as far as dart cases go, if you just want something to take it out to the pub or take it to a competition, I suppose it'd do the job. Do you know what I mean? It'd do the job. I'm going to say, let's give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for that one. You know what? Why not? Still on the theme. We've got another dart sharpener. Let's take a look at this one. This one's a different style of dart sharpener. Oh, that's a feel that puts like hairs on the back of your neck. If you haven't already, by the way, follow me on TikTok. So yeah, I'll leave the little tag there. But yeah, make sure to follow me on TikTok. As once again, I've never used a dart sharpener, so I don't know what I'm doing. Just gonna move it back and forwards and hope this is what I'm doing. Like, I don't know if I got it like a 45-degree angle to the sharpener. And you know what? It's sharp. It's put a point on the dart. I'm happy with that. If I was to rate it, if I had to rate it, I'd say 8 out of 10. It's a lot easier to use than the other sharpeners we had, the little round ones. I can't get the hang of them. What have we got next? Let's have a look. Let's pick some. Oh yeah. Speaking of K-Flexes earlier. So this brand, I'm pretty sure you can't get them elsewhere. I've heard of this brand. I don't know if you have. It's like Sea Life. I don't know what you want to call it. But yeah, I've got some of their... They're not integrated flights like K-Flex, but they are very similar. So they're like the plastic flights that like the one-piece flights, not like the paper ones. Let's get out one of these. I'm not going to throw the dart. I've already tried the darts. But the only negative I can see to these is if you are one that prefers one of the paper flights or like the normal flight system, then I can see these being bad because you can't hole punch them, sticky rings. That's the way I imagine these would fall out an awful lot. But I've got the flight in the dart and it feels good. It doesn't feel any different to a normal flight. I can imagine, to be fair, they are quite firmly in there, so I don't imagine you'd need to hole punch these. Something I've never used before, just these. I've used either K-Flex or normal flights. I've never used anything like this. But yeah, it's a well-known brand. As I said, Sea Life, I've heard of it a few times. I've got a few things off Sea Life today, off TEMU. I don't know how much it costs, but if they were cheap enough, say I'd pay £3. I'd pay £3 for them, get 6 in a packet, so enough for 2 sets of darts. I'm happy with them. I'll give them a 9 out of 10. Let's move on to whatever's next. What's next? So these are on the same topic of what we've just reviewed, them rigid flights. We have got some K-Flex dupes. No brand, just come in a little clear plastic packet. And you get 3 in a pack. If it was to take my normal dart with normal K-Flex, they are very bendy. Like they have a bit of give to them, do you know what I mean? Whereas these just seem a lot more stiff. But I can't see that being a problem in general play, do you know what I mean? Let's stick this on there, see if it's any different while it's on the dart. Because, as I say, if it's a cheap alternative to K-Flex, and I'm not going to lie to you, it's a snug fit. So, with K-Flexes and the Whitmore Fusions, the branded versions of these, you find a lot of time, when you twist them, they're loose, and they sort of unscrew themselves a slight bit whilst in use. But, it's quite sturdy, and you know what? I've got a bit more give than looks. It's just because I think I was holding just a flight. Let's see. Yeah, when they're on their own, they're just a bit more fit. It's just the exact same as a K-Flex. There's no difference. Size, same size. Can't complain. I'm happy with that. 10 out of 10. I'd buy the cheap one. Let's see what's next. We have another set of darts, but this time they are branded. Remember that brand that we all seem to know before? Sea Life. Come in a little packet. You can tell they're cheap because they don't come in like a protective case. And I'm not going to lie to you. When I say these are the exact same ones as the ones I've seen before, let's have a look. Let's have a little comparison. So if you have a look, I think I've been scammed here. Unless these are the real ones and these are the fake ones and these are dupes of each other. But as you can see, they're very, very similar. I'm literally same size point, same size barrel. I'm not even going to review them, it's not worth it. They've got, in the packet, they come with the metal stems and the flights in the back. Do you know what I mean? It's just... If these cost more than these, I'd be very unhappy. If they're cheap, happy to give them 6 or 7 out of 10. Good starter dart. Now this, once again, branded. Sea Life again. But I bought them just to see if they felt any cheaper to a regular pair of flights. They do feel a lot nicer than... They've got a snake design on them. Let's see if I can get that to focus on there. Yeah, I've got a snake design on. I'm quite happy with them. For the price I paid, I'm happy with them. 7 out of 10. It's a good standard go-to option. Other than the fact it takes 4 weeks to arrive. So if you were just starting out a hobby, maybe think in advance. On to the next. Don't know if you've ever seen these before, but I find these so funny. I've seen these in the dart shop and I found them so funny. It's like a little, it's like a case for your darts, but it's in the shape of your darts. So, as I say, nice little bog standard carry case. It just sits in there. And yeah, you can carry them on. Clip them to your jeans. Obviously, if you close that over, clip them to your belt buckle. Happy as a piggin. Do you know what I mean? does the job. It's a bit unique, obviously, because it looks very, very strange. But it holds 3 darts. Take them to the pub, you're happy. I'd give them a rating of... It does what it means to do. It was cheap enough, 10 out of 10. On to the next. So our next product, let's take a look. How do we open this box? So let's open it up for you guys, if I can figure it out. Aha, it's another set of darts. I think these ones were slightly more expensive than the other ones, but I bought these with the sole purpose of the fact that it comes with a flight hole punch. Let's take a look at the darts. So the darts, they come with a plastic stem this time, which I think, in my opinion, is really much better than the others. So it comes with the rings. Once you've hole punched your flight, they feel cheap. I'm not going to lie, they feel awful in terms of darts, but if it costs £3 or £4, I'll be happy because it comes with the hole punch, and they're not cheap themselves, do you know what I mean? Oh, interesting. Another thing I found with this one, it comes with a dart sharpener. I don't know how much it was. I'll have a look after the video. But if it was just, I'd be happy to pay a tenner for it, you know what I mean? Sharpener, darts, a little hole punch. I'd be happy to pay a tenner for that. Let's try this little hole puncher out. So I'm guessing you put your flight in there. It clicks into place. That's a good sign. And then you just... Moment of truth, guys. Ha! It works how it's intended to. That's boss. Great. For what it is, 10 out of 10. For the amount I paid for that. Sharpener, hole punch, darts. I'm happy with that. 10 out of 10. On to the next. I don't know what this is. Aha. This one is your Life again. Life. And I think this is for... There's no way for me to test this because it's for when your flight and stem breaks in your barrel. And it brings out the broken stem. So I can't really test this out, but I've wanted one of these for a while, so I'm happy I've got it. 5 out of 10, I can't test it, it's just an even rating. Yeah, happy as a pig. So this next product is actually our final product for this review. And this is one that I've really wanted because I can't really show you my line because the floor's a bit messy, you know what I mean? But if I show you this, once I've unravelled it, I'm really happy to have one of these. It's Life again, as everything else is on TEMU. It's to do with darts. Life, and it is at your throwing line. So it's got sticky back plastic on the back. I'm not going to get it out just yet because I'm going to actually use this. But I don't know why I smell things from TEMU because it just always smells like factory chemicals. But yeah, it comes rolled up. It goes rolled up in this little tube. Comes all neatly packaged. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'll be actually using that, so that's a 10 out of 10. I'm happy with that. Yeah. So overall, can you buy a setup or darts from TEMU? I'd say yeah, go for it. You can get cheap K-Flex, cheap cases, cheap everything really. And as I said, if you're just getting into the hobby, just getting into the sport, there's nothing wrong with buying a £5 set of darts, do you know what I mean? Anyway, thanks for joining me on my first ever video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, leave some feedback in the comments. And I hope to see you again for the next one. As you know, cheap versus expensive darts is coming, so keep your eyes peeled. But for now, goodbye.